لقد كان لسبإ في مسكنهم آية جنتان عن يمين وشمال. Assalamu alaikum class, you're welcome to another Saturday, another topic, another class. Yeah, still on Nunu Sakinati wa Tanween. Today, as you can see on our board, we will be treating Ikhfa, which is one of the rules of Nunu Sakinati wa Tanween, and is the fourth rule. And of course, it has its types, which you can see there. But before I go to the types, you remember that we treated the three rules already: Izhar, Idgham, and Iqlab. And this is the fourth and the final rule of Nunu Sakinati wa Tanween, which is Ikhfa. Ikhfa is just a rule that is supposed to be pronounced in the sense that it will be perceived as in between Izhar and Idgham, and there is no shadda attached to it. That means in the place where you are supposed to indicate that this is Ikhfa, you wouldn't be seeing a shadda there. And of course, there is gunna. And you remember what gunna is, right? So, yeah, when does this rule applies? Just as usual, it applies whenever there is a nunu sakina or a tanween coming before any of the letters of Ikhfa. Now, what are the letters of Ikhfa? Ikhfa has 15 letters. How would you even know these letters? There are too many, right? Don't worry, it's all that simple. In the whole 28 Arabic alphabets, we have 15 of them Ikhfa, 6 Izhar, 6 Idgham, and 1 Iqlab. You would know them by removing Idgham, the letters of Izhar, and the letter of Iqlab. Whatever alphabets are remaining, you should be certain that they are all now under Ikhfa. So that's it. But I will still write them out for you. We have sword. We have the, dal, fa, kaf. Hope you're following me. These are all letters of Ikhfa. Jim. Then we have Shin. And then, Shin. And then we have Sin. Sin. Then Fa. Qaf. Dal. Ba. Za. Ta. Yeah, these are the 15 letters of Ikhfa. So whenever any of these letters come after a nun sakina or a tanween, you will know that the rule of Ikhfa applies, inshallah. And then now, after identifying the letters, I want you to know that, as you can see on our board, Ikhfa is divided into two classes. We have the first one, Ikhfa mukhaffamatun. Mukhaffamatun means is a heavy Ikhfa. So when you are bringing it out in the course of pronouncing those letters under Ikhfa mukhaffamatun, you will have to make them thick. Let me bring out the letters of mukhaffamatun. They are just 4. Amongst these 15, 11 belongs to the other group, whilst just 4 are in this group now. and the four are O, Zo, Sod, and Qaf. Now, how are they heavy? How are they to be pronounced thick? If you can see this first one now, I can just say ta. You see, it's easy for me to say ta, but being that it's supposed to be thick, I will thicken it in the process of bringing it out from the makharij. I will say ta, ta, and not ta, ta. Then the second one, zo. Instead of saying za or something like that, I will say zo. That is, I've made it to become thicker. Then sword, of course, sword. Not like sad. Sword. Then we have qaf. I could have said kaf, but instead I will say qaf because it's meant to be thick. It's meant to be pronounced thick. So whenever you come across this four, you know that they are under mukhaffamatun, ikhfa mukhaffamatun, and therefore they are supposed to be pronounced thick. Now I want to touch on the second class, which is ikhfa haqiqi. Ikhfa haqiqi, and all the letters that do not belong to ikhfa mukhaffamatun, those four letters, the remaining 11 belongs to ikhfa haqiqi. Now that we are able to bring them out and classify them under whichever category they belong, I want to bring out the examples from the Qur'an so that I will recite it and you will understand better, inshallah. Now I want you to take note that our idgham are in red. This one's in red is, sorry, not idgham, ikhfa, sorry, ikhfa. The ikhfa is in red. This red place is ikhfa. You can see there is a tanween before the ikhfa later. Now you see this is a tanween, fatatain, right? And then this shin belongs to ikhfa, is a letter of ikhfa. Being that this fatatain comes before the ikhfa, the letter of ikhfa, it is automatically an ikhfa, so the rule of ikhfa applies to it. And of course, I don't want you to be confused. Someone might say, how about this alif here? Now, after the fatatain, there is an alif. I want you to understand that this is not an alif. Instead, it is a mud. We will treat mud some other time, inshallah, but do not confuse it with an alif. So it's not an alif. There is no mistake there at all. And now, how would I now bring out this place correctly, applying the rule of ikhfa? You see, they said it isn't izhar. Izhar is, if you can remember what we said about izhar is to be pronounced obviously. That is, you just bring it out. I would have said sab'an, then I would say shidada. Sab'an shidada. That would have been izhar, but then it's not izhar. And then if it were to be idgham, that is to enter it. I will enter this ayn into the shin. It will something like be like Aish. I will just make sure I really am entering into the shin, but it's not it. In the rule of ikhfa, it's supposed to be that it should be pronounced in between. In between is har. You're not making it obvious, and idgham, you're not still entering. But then the only thing there is gunna for this one. Now it will then be sab'an shidada. Sab'an shidada. do you understand it? If I were to make it idgham, it should have been sab'an, because in idgham, in the process of bringing out the ayn, the person listening would be able to know that the following letter is certainly a shin, because the ayn is already entering the shin. So it will be sab'an dada. But here it's not like that. Instead, sab'an shidada. And it's not being separated like in the case of izhar. It's not sab'an shidada. It's not being separated. I hope you're getting me. Yeah, may Allah make it easy for all of us. It's not like izhar where it will be sab'an shidada. No. So if you take note of the recitation, you will understand that it's really in between. Sab'an shidada. وَبَنَيْنَا فَوْقَكُمْ سَبْعًا شِدَادًا. Yeah, and don't forget where I'm reading. I'm reading this verse, this verse 12, inshallah. So yeah, there are others. There are many others there, but I want to quickly move ahead. Let me give you another example. Let me show you another example here now. Yeah, so here too in the red, and of course this is Qur'an Lite. I just screenshot Qur'an Lite. Yeah, if you can download the app Qur'an Lite. It's very easy for you to identify them because they always mark them. You can see this is our qalqala, iqlab, idgham, ikhfa, gunna, you get. So yeah, we'll get to all that, but for today, of course, we are focusing on ikhfa, right? Yeah, this ikhfa, our ikhfa. This is it, and our ikhfa is supposed to be in red. So this is the only portion we have in red here. That is the rule of ikhfa applies here. And yeah, when you're using the Qur'an Lite, Juz Amma is the one that has all this colors, because of course it's supposed to be for beginners, right? So Juz Amma, you wouldn't find it in the upper Juz, but you will find it in Juz Amma down to Nas. You will find these colors everywhere. So yeah, here I will also recite it as ذَرَّةٍ شَرًّا يَرَهُ. ذَرَّةٍ شَرًّا. You see, it's still the same. ذَرَّةٍ شَرًّا. Because of time, I wouldn't want to go into tutorials, but the first one I explained has everything you need to understand about this ikhfa. Just apply it to all other examples. So if I'm to recite this place, it will be وَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ شَرًّا يَرَهُ. Okay. So now I'll move to the next example. If you can see, what I'm doing about this example is just to bring out this is shin, right? It's just to bring out the letters of ikhfa. Here we have an ikhfa, which is we have a tanween, fatatain, and then the ikhfa later is fa'un. Yeah. And then we have also in this place is also another fa'un, It's just the same. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's because I love this place. That was why I brought out all of them. But yeah, whatever it is, you know that the ones in red color are the ikhfa. So let me recite the 3 verses for you. It's Surah Ad-Duha. You can go and check it. ألم يجدك يتيما فآوى ووجدك ضالا فهدى ووجدك عائلا فأغنى. Alright. So yeah, another example I gave of za. Thank God it's been tanween we've been getting since, right? For Fatataini or Kasrataini or Domatain. Now we have the actual Nuna Sakina. And this is the Noon, right? Yes, Nuna Sakina. And this za is one of the letters of Ikhfa. So it applies there. It's just the same. It's the same, you can remember. And even this place too. So if I'm to recite them, it will be قد أفلح من زكاها وقد خاب من دساها. Do not forget that those in red are our Ikhfa. So yeah, how many examples will I even go through? Should I just skip the rest? Yeah, though it's not all I'm going to pick, but yeah, I want you to really understand this very well. This is another particular example. Do you remember that we said part of our Ikhfa is divided into two? We have mukhaffamatun and haqiqi. And then we said mukhaffamatun is the thick one. That means those letters under mukhaffamatun aren't supposed to be pronounced lightly. They are supposed to have this thick effect applied to them. And one of them is dod. And alhamdulillah, we have our dod here. So it means in the process of reciting it, I will have to make the dod thick. Thick, you get? So yeah, if I'm to recite this place, it will be, yeah, sorry, I keep cleaning it because I wouldn't see it very well in the course of recitation. ليس لهم طعام إلا من ضريع